Galileo works feverishly night after night, and he makes a startling find. He discovers 4 moons orbiting Jupiter. Galileo's evidence that not all objects orbit the Earth lends strong support to the theory that the Earth itself could revolve around the Sun. But contradicting the Bible is theological dynamite. For those who cast doubt on his new theories, Galileo has no patience. He's seen the universe in a new way with his own eyes. How can I do this and not be merely wasting my time, he writes, when those peripatetics who must be convinced show themselves incapable of following even the simplest and easiest of arguments.
Galileo used his cutting wit to cut people down, and that didn't necessarily win him a lot of friends.
In 1615, at age 51, Galileo goes to Rome to argue his case. It may be his greatest mistake. The Church orders him to cease teaching that the Earth orbits the Sun. But Galileo pushes his luck. 9 years later, he asks to state his case again. This time, a new pope is a personal friend, and Galileo wins permission to write a book. Galileo writes a dialogue and places arguments for the two sides in the mouths of characters who are thinly disguised.
When he wrote his books, it was very clear who was the smart one, who was the stand-in for Galileo, while the Aristotelians come out as the fools.
In 1633, Galileo is arrested by the Inquisition. The Church accuses him of heresy. But perhaps the real reason that Galileo is brought to trial is that he has gone too far in his efforts to persuade. Galileo has put one of the Pope's favorite arguments into the mouth of a foolish character in his dialogue.
The Pope was told by people around him that Galileo had tried in the book to make the Pope look a fool. And it was his personal decision to prosecute Galileo to the hilt and have him in house arrest for the rest of his life. It was not really a church decision. It was the Pope's personal decision out of solid anger toward a friend.